The commentaries to the cartoon The Master of the Carriage. Owner is the highest self in a person that needs to be awakened. Coachman is the mind, the intellectual center. When the coachman starts searching for the owner, it means that the intellectual part of the intellectual center is developing, the deputy manager is starting to form, and together with it, the spiritual personality is being formed. The carriage represents the body, and the horse represents the emotions.
Master, we've arrived. Master, we've arrived.
Please, let me out of here. It's terrible, all these people.
Get out of here. I'm losing my nerves.
Move. Move, or I'll smash your brain. In the name of the Father.
When different people come out of the carriage, these are different parts within a person, their false personalities. There are many of them, they are diverse, and they may not be aware of each other's existence. False personalities wander off in different directions, each pursuing their own business and doing as they please. When the coachman begins the search for the owner, it is the intellectual center seeking a witness, an owner. These are the first signs of awakening.
Well then, what's up? When I opened the carriage door, I didn't find my master. I don't know what'll become of me. I don't know where to turn. Rubbish, all that. Look, I, for one, am my own master. Look, let me tell you something, my young lad. The master of the world today is this: money.
The coachman who claims that the owner of the world is money is the mind identified with the material world, with wealth. This is greed. He does not seek himself, does not seek spiritual development, he is satisfied with merely striving for enrichment. It is the mind identified with money.
Tell me, sir, do you have a master? Well, yes, of course. Even two, actually. It's that magnificent couple over there seated at the terrace. My mistress is one of the great ladies of this town, and as to my master, his portents and knowledge surpass anything one could imagine. In fact, I'm bound to them body and soul. But they're calling you. Go on. Madam, sir, please take a seat, my good man. Well, my friend, what brings us the honor? Well, I'm not really quite sure. I opened the carriage door, and my master wasn't there. Instead, a crowd of strangers. I really don't know what to do.
Oh, it's true. You are a sorry sight, considering the state of your dress.
Well, now, tell me, you seem to be a bit lost. But we knew you'd be coming, and we were expecting you. We can do everything for you. If you come with us, you'll never feel lost. You'll really
Mr.
be
Selfishness and Mrs. Vanity are the ego of a
look at that
person.
man.
They replace the owner in a person and inflate his sense of importance. Such a coachman has a very high opinion of himself and lives in illusions, in a delusional imagination.
Let me suggest that we become your masters. You would work with us and for us. All we would ask in return is that you belong to us, body and soul. So what do you say? Isn't it an appealing prospect?
No.
Well, all right then, cabby. Farewell. Too bad for you.
What's the matter with you, sir? You don't look too good.
No. It's that terrible couple over there.
Oh, yes. I understand. Hey, come closer, sir. I've given them a nickname. I call him Mr. Self-Love. I call her Mrs. Vanity. Eh? Not bad, eh? Go and talk to him. He knows everything.
Thank you, sir. And you, sir, who's your master? Oh, my master. Now, that's a very good question. But one should perhaps look at it in a more abstract sense, philosophically, in a way to raise the level of the debate, you see.
The coachman whose carriage is filled with books represents the mind that knows a lot, but it's only theoretical information. It gathers knowledge from everywhere but doesn't practice or utilize it. Therefore, in reality, it knows nothing.
Then he can set out to seek his inner master. So then, what do you think?
I'm not really sure. But you seem to be a very knowledgeable man.
And you're an intelligent man. Welcome to the Guild of the Reasoning Thinkers, those who rely on books.
When a lot of books spill out of the carriage and the coachman says, "There's no place for your owner here," it means that a mind filled with information thinks it knows everything. Such a mind will never be able to attain true knowledge and find its owner. It won't find it because there's simply no room for it in its head. It's a rotten philosopher that replaces true experience, the real search for the higher self, and prevents the attainment of
Lord.
truth.
Here, take your book. Keep it, by all means, keep it. But there's no room left for your master.
What?
Well, I beg your pardon, sir. I'm looking for my master.
The book in the coachman's hands is the first step towards knowledge. It represents the true knowledge that the mind needs to comprehend and then practice.
Long ago, men worshipped the sun as a god, and the break of day was considered as sacred. In ancient times, the course of the sun across the sky was often likened to that of a carriage drawn by winged horses and driven by the sun god. According to ancient tradition, man contains within himself the sun, the planets, the entire cosmos. In early India, The sacred writings compare the structure of man to that of a carriage. Only the self, as the master of the carriage, knows the aim of life's journey. "25 centuries later, Rodin's thinker seems to provide a symbol of man's perplexity in front of his destiny. Adapted to the understanding of the contemporary man, this very old tradition takes the shape of a carriage like one can see in the streets of our towns and cities. In this allegory, the carriage stands for the body. The horse represents emotion, feelings. As to the driver, he represents the mind. Only the master, riding inside the carriage, knows the aim of the journey. But in many cases, this master is absent and has been replaced by a score of small masters. The driver and horse speak very different languages and often don't understand each other. The driver uses words and ideas. When there is no master, thought, strengthened by its certainties, believes that it alone knows what reality is. I'm puzzled. The words, my horse, my carriage. Words are not enough to think. Do I really have a master? Do I know what thought is? I haven't got the slightest idea.
After the visions where the coachman saw the allegory of the carriage representing the structure of a human being, he feels lost and lacks words to think. This indicates that new knowledge has entered him. He has started to reflect and change.
The thinker. The thinker. I suppose he must be some kind of expert, then. That's it. He's sitting. But what about me? Do I think? What a strange posture. Well, all right. I'll try. Yeah. That's it. Yes. Now I'm thinking. Yeah. I'm thinking. Above you, as in the very depth of your being, there's a world of silence which comes forth as an utterly secret and untapped source, shapeless and timeless. Should you slip away from it, suddenly removed to exile, do not think that it was a mere illusion. Illusion is believing that the visible iron is more real than the hidden gold.
After awakening, the coachman sees a beautiful woman and a winged horse. The beautiful woman represents conscience. She feeds the horse, which symbolizes the transmission of elevated impressions to the higher emotional center. The winged horse represents the higher emotional center that needs to be reached through conscience and spiritual development. The coachman immediately wants to reach this woman and the winged horse but cannot handle his emotional center, the horse, and therefore cannot even move forward. This demonstrates that we have little control over ourselves and are unable to achieve what we strive for. When the coachman cannot handle the horse, we see that thoughts and emotions have different languages of communication. Emotions understand images, while thoughts are formed by words. The intellectual center does not always have the ability to control the emotional center. To control the horse, the coachman has reins. It is imagination that can be controlled through art.
Move! Go on! Get on there! Go on! Go on! Get it! Hey, hey! Hey! Get on there! Go on! Go on! Oh, lazy horse! Go on! Get up! Go on! Get!
To learn how to control the emotional center, a Sufi teacher comes to the coachman. The teacher provides him with guidance and understanding. The teacher gives him a stone of remembrance to help him remember himself and everything he has already realized.
What happened to you? It's my horse. It doesn't want to bay anymore. Oh, I understand, yes. Has it occurred to you that the place you want to take him could be very dangerous for him? You'll never manage with brute strength. Especially if you think of all the things he's got to carry. Sir, I don't know who you are, but I'm really pleased to meet you.
The Sufi teacher shows the coachman that he carries a lot of baggage with him. This baggage represents the past, the memories that need to be discarded. Because of this burden, it is difficult for the horse to move, and emotions become uncontrollable when we rely on memory.
I never knew I was carrying so much luggage. Yes, it's true. Every man carries far more than he could ever imagine. But there are times when he can realize it. But then what can I do? I haven't got a master. My horse won't. And now I've got all that to carry. Now, young friend, first of all, you must try to learn your horse's language. You don't understand him. And about that luggage of yours, when you find your master, he will know how to take care of it. Take this. This is a memory stone. It may help you to remember the essential question that lies within you. The essential question? Goodbye, my young friend, and good luck.
The stone of remembrance is an anchor that brings the coachman, the mind, back to reality. It helps him remember himself, reflect on what he has learned, and observe himself. It allows him to see all the parts within himself, identify all the false personalities, and learn to control them. That's why self-remembering is necessary.
Poor old boy. I'm ashamed. Forgive me. Come on, let's go then. Easy. Yeah. Easy there. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. There's a good boy. Good, good. Will I find the path that will lead me to my master? The young woman isn't there anymore. Lift, right, lift, hop. Stop there. I'm supposed to prevent anybody from entering here. Sir, that's impossible. I must absolutely go and see that statue. No, it's absolutely and utterly forbidden.
The gendarme who stops the coachman and prevents him from reaching the statue of the winged horse represents morality. It creates a prison within a person. It consists of societal norms, government regulations, teachers in school, and the media. All of this restricts us and prevents us from reaching higher states. Morality leads only to negative emotions, and nothing can be explained to it. It is categorical and unchanging, just like this gendarme.
I feel just like that tree. Leafless, full of knots. A memory stone. What was it the old man said? Oh yes. To remember the essential question.
Thanks to the stone of remembrance and meditation, the coachman begins to review himself, to study himself, and to observe all his false personalities and internal parts. The sound of the gong is a symbol of awakening. When the gong sounds, he remembers himself, and all the false personalities return to the carriage and become obedient. Thus, the coachman achieves inner unity. All the false personalities obey his will. This is how willpower is formed.
Where can the essential question be found?
The coachman delves deeper into his inner world. The key is connected to the horse means that the path to self-knowledge goes through the emotional center. It is necessary to find the key to our emotions, learn to experience sublime emotions, and reach the higher emotional center, the winged horse.
I am the guardian of this place. What you seek here.
The thing that is most precious to me, but that I can't seem to reach.
The memory stone brought you here, to this place that lies between two worlds. The space that is now opening up within you is ageless. You may find what you're seeking, but for that you need a key, and the key involves the horse.
But how to find it? I did see a flying horse in my dream. It spoke my master's language. And then there was that beautiful young woman. And the statue of the horse. I'm sure it moved. But alas, I couldn't get anywhere near them.
It's true. That which is most precious to us, we find it nearly impossible to reach. Look, all of those you see here have felt that deep craving of the being, that intense longing to recover their lost unity. Many of them have left a sign, a testimony of their quest. Their example can be of help to other seekers. Yet, everyone must live the experience for himself. Your quest must become a struggle against oblivion, a fight that takes place above all within yourself. You must die to everything you know in order to find the path. It is truly a great mystery. Now, you must become a warrior. Take this sword and learn to fight.
Oh no, I'm really not very keen on that.
You have no choice. There's no turning back now.
The knight in armor represents the true self, the ruler. He slays the ugly past self with the sword of awareness. At first, the coachman does not want to fight, but without battling oneself, we cannot reach the true self, achieve unity, and complete liberation. We must fight and perish in our old self-perceptions. Only by defeating our lower self can we establish a connection with our higher self. Conscience, the woman, brings him the key to the higher centers, which means that by living according to conscience, we can find our true self. Conscience is the key to the higher centers. By attaining the key to sublime emotions, we easily walk our spiritual path. It is impossible to enter the kingdom of God without discarding our past experiences. We must discard all baggage, all memory. Only then can we enter a new life. Our emotions, the horse, follow the sublime emotions, the winged horse, and only sublime emotions can lead us to the temple. After all, the temple is the attainment of higher states of the emotional center. It is the treasure of the soul. This is the path to oneself, the path to the higher self.
The space inside is as boundless as the space outside. Is there a force that leads back to the source? Master, we've arrived.